First to O'Gara. Paddy Wallace throws wide. Rob Kearney trying to straighten things up. O'Gara looking for position, and that is where the master puppeteer of this Irish team is so accomplished.
Yeah, it's a great kick out of O'Gara. That's one of his main strengths, and I think you know, early on Ireland need to play the ball and play it in the Russian half a little bit, just be not make any mistakes in their own half. And speaking to the Russians during the week, I think they didn't do it on Tuesday night in Italy. They need to play it in Ireland's half, and that's their plan coming into the game, to have a better kicking game tonight.
Adam Burns, the Australian-born second row. As we've said, lots of changes for Ireland. There's been plenty for Russia as well, following that match in Nelson last Tuesday. Good take from a new man, Achon Fatakov, into the back row instead of Grachov this afternoon. He doesn't find touch, he only finds Fergus McFadden. And McFadden, not the biggest of wingers, but a lot of strength there, allowing Boss and O'Gara to get the midfield going again. Kearney looking inside. Good continuity from the Irish. Keith Earls, of course, moving into midfield this afternoon from the wing berth that he's occupied in the first two matches. As at Boss, this time it's Paddy Wallace. Sean O'Brien busts through one. Ball is there for the Irish. It's Donica Ryan up on the charge. The pressure already on this Russian defence. O'Brien weighs up the options. Cian Healy wants to go. Cian Healy is going to get the go. Held back by Burns, but that's 6 metres out from glory. Trimble, how he would love to get himself on the try-scoring sheet. Heaslip taking his team a little further forward. Boss, the Kiwi wearing the Ireland number 9 shirt. Cronin. It's just going step by step, but it's pragmatic work from the Irish pack, as you can see the rain beginning to drive down. Job done, is it? No, referee's whistle is going to take them back, I think.
Yeah, that's a very good play out of Ireland. It's very simple rugby. O'Brien has had 3 or 4 big carries already. Healy making a charge, Donica Ryan making a good carry, and I think you know, the Russians are struggling to withhold Ireland there, and we're offside on a couple of occasions, but it's a good simple start from Ireland, especially in the conditions.
There is Sean O'Brien, as we've said, wearing the 7 shirt again. Yes. Declan Kidney has said how much game time he needs in that, with that number on his back. Familiarity will be key, not only through these next 2 matches, but hopefully for the Irish moving into the knockout stages.
He's so powerful. He had a great game last week for Ireland. He's so deceptively strong and stays on his feet so well.
O'Gara with a simple 9-iron to open the scoring for the Irish. You just look around this crowd, it has gone green. I mean, there's banks at either end where people are sitting, having picnics. Well, they were having picnics before the heavens opened. There's stands on this side, but the ends behind the posts are just banking, and it really makes for a wonderful amphitheatre for the sport. O'Brien takes ball and Simplakevich at the same time. There's it, Boss. Got a big family gathering here. 4 brothers and 3 sisters. Come from the family farm, about 30 minutes away. Born and brought up in Rotorua, where the likes of Kevin Mialamu and Richard Kahui came from. Heaslip, quick to pick up the loose ball. Good strength from the number 8, gets the support from Trimble. There's numbers to this near side. Oh, was that an intentional knock forward? I think it was from Rashkov. The referee is going to have a word with the Russian fly half.
And it all started with a really poor kick from Rashkov, and he's pretty looks like he's going to the bin, and it was a deliberate, cynical foul.
Well, consistency from the referees is what everybody asks, and it's been yellow carded before in the tournament. Presumably this will mean that Ronan O'Gara will look for the line out and the subsequent drive.
And that's a big blow to Russia early on. There's only 3 points on the board to have their out half in the bin. We see it here from the turnover. It's a deliberate hand straight out, and pretty cynical and disappointing very disappointing from a Russian point of view. I think he knew it too.
It's going to be even more disappointing if they give away the first try from this line out. Cronin finds his skipper. Cullen sets the focus. The power comes on and they drive for the line. Jamie Heaslip just having to pick up the fragmented ball, but it's still there for the forwards. Buckley wants it, Healy's got it. Boss picks up to O'Brien, losing the ball. And there we see a slightly slippery ball. The referee's going to go back for the first infringement.
They're penalised again for pulling down the maul, and you know, Sean O'Brien in clear control at the back of the maul. I think we might see it again, and the Russians come in from the side. It's a good take initially from Cullen. You see O'Brien pulls back, and it's Adam Burns actually there who pulls Sean O'Brien down. It looked like a definite try for Ireland.
The Irish going for the scrum, and this is where the pressure was really felt by the Bears in Nelson against the Azuri pack, which obviously known as one of the most potent packs in the Northern Hemisphere. Let's see how much resistance they put up against Ireland. Well, Boss is not going to wait to find out. O'Gara, a simple chip kick across, and it's Fergus McFadden who surfs in to get Ireland's first try. Simple stuff, paying off for the Irish, and again the vision of Ronan O'Gara could see what was on with the Russian backline one man short. It was easy stuff for that man McFadden.
Yeah, great kick out of O'Gara, as you said, Simon. Interestingly, Boss takes the quick tap, dummy switch from Earls, and a great kick, great positioning from McFadden, and the Russian defence line was in a bit tight. He spotted the space out wide, and you know, his kicking game is superb, and it's a great score for Ireland. I'm really pleased, though, from an Irish point of view, the way they've started. Their body language looks really, really determined. They look really focused, and they've started this game really, really well.
That man hasn't started this game really, really well. That's Rashkov, and he will now be wishing that he hadn't slapped it down, though, truth be told, had he not been able to take the pass, it was try time for Ireland in that left-hand corner in any case. But the next 8 minutes or so may prove to be more of a problem for Kingsley Jones and his charges. As the sun comes out once again, and it's certainly shining on Ronan O'Gara.
And he loves a bit of a pressure, O'Gara. I think, you know, Sexton is probably the number one out half, but O'Gara loves the challenge now, being starting. And
see the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, hoping that's what the Irish are hoping for. It's a long way off yet, but they certainly feel like they're on their way right now. It really is a very, very vivid rainbow above that pavilion. Not that Sean O'Brien's looking. Confident start from Declan Kidney's men. Certainly that's what Alan Gaffney, the backs coach, was looking for when we were chatting to him yesterday. Got to build on the momentum. Earls not being allowed to get the ball back. Alan Burns all over the Ireland number 13.
it's a second penalty from Burns there, and quite clearly didn't roll away when Earls carried the ball, and gives Ireland another opportunity here.
Well, we've been talking about royal weddings in the UK. Well, Adam Burns actually went to a different royal wedding because his girlfriend is the Commonwealth gold medalist Sophie Eddington. And they were at Prince Albert's wedding, he told me yesterday, in Monaco in July. So royalty, royal engagements abounding for rugby personnel all over the world.
Ireland have gone to a six-man line-out again with O'Brien at half-back.
Buckley picks up at the tail, the biggest man in the Rugby World Cup, nigh on 21 stone. There's one who isn't 21 stone. Keith Earls, good handling from the outside centre. And Ireland really unstoppable. Sean O'Brien. Well, the rain continues to fly down, but the Irish coaching committee will be very happy with the start that their men have made to this. Second try is in.
Yeah, it's O'Brien again. He just runs such great lines off the number 9, consistently with Leinster and Ireland. He's a super player, and you see it here. O'Gara does a switch with Earls. Little offload to Sean Cronin. Good, simple stuff, and a great line from Sean O'Brien there, and big gap in the Russian defence, but it's another soft score for Ireland, but simple stuff done well again.
We thought that with David Wallace's withdrawal there were going to be issues for this Irish team, but Sean O'Brien really has stepped into the breach.
Yeah, he has. He's not your typical groundhog 7 like McCaw and Pocock, who are quality guys on the ground, but he makes up for it so much, and his defensive tackling and his work rate and his carrying of the ball. He's just so powerful, and he's just had a monumental rise in the last 14 or 15 months.
Certainly nominated for the Six Nations Player of the Tournament, received the European Player of the Tournament for his work for Leinster. Well, there's a double rainbow out now. Things get better and better for the Irish. Young Yushkin sends it to the other side to Andrew Trimble. Trimble will be very keen to get on the score sheet this afternoon. Made such an impact when he made his debut, scoring 8 tries in the first 18 games, but since then his last 20 tests have yielded zilch, and today he will know if the Irish continue to play like they've played through this first quarter of an hour, he should get opportunities.
And he's a guy who's probably unlucky not to have been in the starting team coming to the World Cup, because his form was probably the best back in Ireland in the warm-up games. He played really, really well in those games, and he's a very, very strong guy. Russia just need to get hold of the ball, try and win a few lineouts, hold on to possession, and slow the game down a little bit.
Valeri Snobiladze replacing the captain Kushinov this afternoon, but doesn't find his target. Cronin quick to pick up the scraps, and Heaslett quick to get over the gain line. Again, that ball quickly in the midfield. This time, though, it falls away.
First infringement lost forward by Green.
Errors compounded left and right, so it's going to be put into the Russian scrum. Keith Earls, well, he'll know that he's got to produce. Hasn't made a lot of impact on the first 2 games out on the wing. Is that his preferred position, do you think, at outside centre?
It's a difficult one. I think he prefers probably to play on the wing. He's played a good bit at centre for Munster as well, and he's a guy who's undoubted talent, very compared to Brian O'Driscoll with his sidestepping and his movement and his pace. Probably his form has been a bit disappointing of late, but you know, a guy who needs to try and get on the score sheet today, get a bit of ball in his hands and make an impact for his own confidence.
Must age you think he used to play with his dad, didn't you?
It's scary to think, really.
Well, look, scary for the Russian pack, because they have been fractured and decimated by the power of the Irish. And there is the veteran prop, Alexander Krokin, the most capped Russian forward ever. This is 75th cap, but really up against that man, Cian Healy. He's got his work cut out. On the other side, and it's Sergei Popov And he's got the biggest challenge possibly in that front row, because he's up against Tony Buckley.
And he's given away 34 kilos to
Green
Tony
number
Buckley,
three,
which
collapsing.
is a huge amount of weight.
Unwinding, green 3, collapsing.
Buckley is the man who's been penalised.
Yes.
Of course, going to be returning.